All right, hello, this is Robin Venters with OKC Music and Sound, and I'm going to have a chance today to tell you about a fantastic opportunity we've gotten to show you one of the rarest and most highly sought after instruments in the history of fretted instruments. Now, for those of you who don't know, Martin, and this is a good book, The Martin Ukulele, the little instrument that helped create a guitar giant, by Tom Walsh and John King. Anyhow, Martin is the undisputed king of high-end ukes, and most of the work they did on this was done during their little golden age from the early 20s through about the early 30s. And in fact, in all the time since they began making ukes in the more old-time era, up until 94, they made a total of 190,715 ukuleles. Now, most of those were made prior to 1940. Of those, a total of 727 were their top model ukulele, called a 5K for koa. 5 is the trim level, covered with abalone pearl and beautiful inlays and fantastic bindings, etc. Of those 727, 702 were made prior to 1930, all between 1922 and 1930, most of them. And by the way, that constitutes 0.0038% of all the ukes they've ever made. And of course, one has to ask, of those 200,000 ukes, how many from the 20s and 30s are not already smashed? Hard to say, impossible to say. In any case, this 5K we have the opportunity to show you today is one of the earliest and one of the best conditions I've seen for its age. Now, it's early because these are Grover style 76 pegs, tuning pegs. They use those strictly between 23 and 26. And I'm 99% sure that this is a varnish finish because the ivory binding is very, very amber, and that's indicative of varnish versus lacquer. Also, you'll note that all the abalone is very colorful on this, and the amount of figure in the one-piece back and one-piece top is well above average, and the earliest 20s models had the most figure. Okay, so the figure's great. Now, on the negative side, there is some wear on either side of the fingerboard, right up here where a better player tends to play, and some tiny dings. There's 2 microscopic cracks that are drying cracks, one in the ebony fingerboard, from the end of the fingerboard up to about the 10th fret. You really can't hardly see it. There's a small drying crack between the transverse braces on the back. It's not deflected. It could be cleated on the inside. We decided not to because it's not deflected and it doesn't move. And that's about the only problems with this thing. The action, the neck alignment is low, it's good, the intonation is good, and it's a fantastic player. So let me do a little quickie demo here for you. You know, there's only so many icons, holy grails of given instruments. And if an acoustic guitar holy grail is a 1938 D18 or a 1936 D28, a 1922-23 K5 koa uke is it. This is as good as it gets, most valuable and most sought after uke on the planet. And not just because it's pretty.